What's up, everybody? My name is Kyron Chase, and as you can tell by the title, these are my thoughts on Raw going live on Christmas Day. And New Year's too, this is more about Christmas. Now, originally going to talk about this on the Wrestling Ramble on Thursday, but due to a lot of schoolwork, I just didn't have the time to be on the show. Um, and Steve, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are or not, that's the reason I haven't done a Wrestling Ramble last Thursday, because school, and that's the reason why, and I probably be speaking for Mark as well, why we won't be on the show as much, because school's gonna be kicking our butts, especially me with being a senior in high school. But that's not for neither here or there. Um, Originally, like when it was first announced that Raw would be going live on New Year's Day and Christmas, especially Christmas, a lot of wrestling fans quickly said, "Oh, there's Vince again, being unfair to the wrestlers." But then we find out, no, it wasn't up to Vince. It was up to the USA Network. Now, what are my thoughts on it? I'm gonna look at both sides of the argument. On one hand, you got fans saying, "Oh, the show must go on," and the NBA and even NFL from times have games on Christmas, and that is true. Last year, yeah, the NBA does a rematch of the finals every year on Christmas, and the NFL from time to time has a Christmas game, or they just move everything to the day before on Christmas Eve. And I'll be honest, last year when they did that, we had arguably two of my favorite games of both the NFL and the NBA. NBA had that incredible Cavaliers Warriors Christmas game, which was amazing. And then the NFL had, despite being heartbreaking to me as a Raven fan, the Ravens and Steelers Christmas game, which was which was one of my favorite games of the year as well. I get that. And it is your job at the end of the day, and they say, you gotta show up to your job no matter what day it is they make you. But here's the way I look at it is this. While yes, the NFL and NBA do have Christmas games, especially in NFL from time to time, but NBA every year, the difference is this. They have an off season. The NFL ends on a Super Bowl, which is February, and then I guess if you want to start the preseason, gonna start till August. So you got March, April, May, June, July. You got about a 6 or 5 month break depending on what you count. So you got a few months. The NBA usually ends from around July, June, July, depending on when the finals. And I'm gonna say July, and starts back up in October. Yeah, October, I believe. So you got August, September. You got about 2 to 3 to 4 months, depending on three and a half to 4 months, 2 months. But the WWE does not have an off season. And that's a topic for another video on whether they should have an off season. But I don't think I should really do that, because Brian Zane did the off season video than I ever could. Better than I ever could. I get that, and so that's why I don't think that's argument is strong. Because while yes, the NBA players have to play, and NFL players sometimes play on Christmas, they still have a time for a few months to heal up and rest and get ready for next season. WWE wrestlers are on the road almost the entire year, and now you're gonna take away Christmas from them. Here's another problem. Another problem is this: you've seen how empty the SmackDown shows are gonna have been. You see how empty those shows have been lately, especially last week and this week. Do you really think that people are going to really show up on Christmas? I'll be honest, I will almost always go to an episode of Monday Night Raw if I can, but Christmas is a no. I would not go there on Christmas. I want to spend time with my family. And so I'm not going to I wouldn't go there, and I know a lot of fans aren't going to go there. New Year's, you can argue for the same thing, but New Year's isn't, on the same level as Christmas. That's because my New Year's last year wasn't very eventful, but that's not something I want to talk about. Christmas is always a time, see, because my grandmother usually makes dinner, Christmas dinner, and a lot of family members come over here. We watch some basketball, maybe play some video games, new video games me and Kyrie got. Play some board games, just have family time. And last year was one of the best Christmas I ever had. While the house wasn't as packed, I had more fun with the family. And I know a lot of wrestlers want that time. Now, New Year's, all right, that's a different. I don't really mind New Year's that much, but Christmas, which is why it's more about Christmas than New Year's, because everyone, I know a lot of people don't celebrate Christmas, and that's another thing. And they feel like, and there might be some wrestlers that want to work Christmas because, like I said, they don't celebrate it. So they feel like I'm losing a paycheck for something I don't even celebrate. But I just don't think you're gonna get a high enough attendance, and you're not making a lot of money on Christmas. And the last thing you want is a Raw that's completely empty, or a lot of wrestling fans don't go to the point where they got to move everyone in front of the hard camera so it looks more packed than it really is. And another thing is that the Christmas episodes of Raw are never good. This is an understatement. They're almost always, once again, I don't have any problem with PG, but just PG crap of, a lot of Christmas Christmas themed matches and all that of Santa Claus and things like that, and it's never really that entertaining. I feel like that's a time where even if you're not gonna do an off season with WWE, at least give them those 2 weeks off. Just give them Christmas, New Year's, and those two each Raw and SmackDown off, and they'll be back. If you really want, and if you really do want to make an have episodes air on Christmas and New Year's, tape them. Now, I would just tape the episodes of Raw and SmackDown maybe a week before, 2 weeks before. Look at NXT. Granted, like I said, this is not really a comparison of NXT, but they have episodes taped weeks in advance. But then again, NXT isn't on TV, and USA Network wants to have live episodes, even though I think just taping is fine with me. But once again, those are just my thoughts. If you have any thoughts about what they should do, about Raw being airing on Christmas, let me know in the comments below. I'm about to get ready to watch the Ravens play. I'm Kyron Chase. I will see you guys.